Hey and hello my scrappy friends, welcome to my channel today. Thank you so much for stopping by. I am sharing a layout today for the Tracy Reed Designs team. This is for Sketchy Sunday for Sunday that just went. My life has been a little bit crazy the last few weeks, this last week especially, so the video and post is going up a little bit late. However, it is here. So this is sketch 24, which I showed at the beginning, and I am using a whole bunch of different collections. So that paper right in the background there is from Candy Coated Christmas. Then that one that I'm putting on top is actually one of the Traveler's Notebook signatures, I believe, from the which collection? The Loveliest collection, which I've obviously made a bit longer. The floral pattern here is from the Happy Birthday collection. That blue Traveler's Notebook paper is from the Wildflower collection. It's one of the Traveler's Notebook signatures. The other red pattern paper there is from the Happy Day collection, and then most of the embellishments that I'm going to use are from the Wildflower collection. I will leave all of that in the description box below for you, so that if you want to have a look at these collections, you can. But I really like the blues and the greens in the Wildflower collection for this particular photo, but you can see I've got the pop of red in my photo, so I wanted to include a pop of red somewhere somehow. And as the Wildflower collection didn't have a red, I went looking in all of the other collections and came up with these two. You can see I'm sticking fairly closely to the sketch. Obviously I've gone from 2 photos to 1, but everything else is pretty much how the sketch was designed. You will see that I add in a 3rd tag down the bottom. But you can see I'm just playing with my layers here. I did design all this in Photoshop to start with, which made it really easy to get like my sizing and things right. I just dragged and dropped my pattern papers into the shapes in Silhouette, and then I was able to cut them. So you can see here I'm playing with that wood grain. That's essentially 2 3x4s that I've printed to fill, I think it was an A4 sheet. So you can see I'm just cutting that down to a tag shape, nice and easy to cut. I'm going to use my hole punch there just to create that. I felt like I needed something a little bit more neutral. I'm going to cut another one to go up the top as well. And I think that that wood grain works really well in both places. I love that that background paper that I've used as well. Love it so much. So you can see I'm trying to work this out here. I'm like, oh, this is where it is on the sketch, but I don't love the way that that all works together. But what if I move it so it's coming down? So I really like the way that looks. And then I layer in my floral tag, and then I layer in my other floral tag down the bottom here. I really like the way that's looking. You wouldn't know, so I just moseyed that over a little bit. It was just a little bit too close. This part of my title is from the Wildflower collection as well. So it is the mixed media words that I printed them on vellum. They look really cool. But then I also used just the outline to cut the word sweet in white cardstock as well. So I've just layered those two together and slightly offset them. It's not super obvious in the video. You can kind of see it in the close-ups, but you can definitely see it in real life. It's got some really subtle watercolor effect on it. I really love them. So that's going to nestle in beautifully there. Relayer those tags up the top. I'm really happy with how this is looking. Nestle that in there. And then, so I shared on Instagram, I think it was a reel, I'm not sure, it was ages ago, that I had printed the butterflies from the Wildflower collection from the embellishments. I printed them both in cardstock, so on white smooth cardstock and then on vellum as well. And you can see that I've stuck the vellum ones to the paper ones, and it just gives a really cute effect. I'm going to go through them with my sewing machine as well, just to add a little bit of extra. I'm going to use gold thread straight down the bodies, but you can see I've pulled out the blue and the green ones here. And I've positioned those, I've got those shoes up the top there. And now I've pulled out the blue and green florals. And I'm just going to play with those. Again, just following that sketch as closely as I can. You can see I'm going to play with this for a little minute. But I didn't really want to include the yellow. I don't mind the yellow in the photo mat and in that floral pattern. But I felt like this was too much yellow. So I did decide to get rid of that one. And then I bring in just the blue flowers with green leaves or with blue leaves. Felt like I needed a smaller flower at the top here. Wasn't sure if I wanted to cover up the whole of the tag, so you can see I'm trying not to. Add in some green down here. Really liking the way this is looking here. There you go, move that around. And then I found these little, they're those wish flower things. I can't remember what they're called. But I think I ended up with 5 or 6 of them on here. And I really like how they just add a little bit of whimsy and fun to the page. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I ended up with 6. And then I found these 2 little blooms that I thought work perfectly as shooting out of those shoes. And there we go, another one of those little, I think they're dandelions, I'm not sure. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I think there's one down the bottom, I can't remember. And here are my butterflies all stitched. I did leave the strings long because I wasn't sure if I was going to keep them long or trim them down, so I figured if I left them long I could make that decision later. I'm going to pull the strings all to the front, add some glue straight down the center where the stitching is, and then glue those to my layout. And at the same time glue the other layers around them. I think that like all the base, the tags and all that is stuck down at this point. But now I'm just going back through and sticking down my embellishments. You can see I'm just going back here. I'm going to stick down the bottom layer of the butterflies, just using some foam, just so that it is sitting flat. And you can see that I just applied glue to like the tops and the bottoms of the backs of those letters so that I can run that through my sewing machine without gunking it up with glue. Adding in the rest of my title, My Sweet New Kicks. So this photo was taken shortly after my 40th birthday, which was 2020. And my sister bought me these Doc Martens. They are so cool. Black Doc Martens with red stitching and red laces. I love them so much. They've become my work shoes. I wear them like almost every day. I love them. So cool. Alright. So I decided I wanted to add some twine because I wanted some different texture. So I've got some gold twine here. I'm just going to thread that through and tie it off. I do leave them not super long, but long enough that they can kind of twirl and bend, which I really like. And I'm going to trim down, I'm going to trim down all of the gold threads. I felt like they were just messy. I've also added a 40 with those same red puffy stickers from Ellie Puffy Stickers at the top there, and here everything is put together again with that stitching through the title. Again, I've just used the gold stitching, just puffing up those butterfly wings. Wanted to add in some gold splatters since I've got the gold stitching. I kind of felt like there was a lot of white space right up the top and right down the bottom, so I thought, you know what, I'll just add lots of gold splatters. So you can see me doing that now. I'm going to add my journaling. Nope. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to show you that. I'm going to add my journaling off camera. I just use a black pen, and that is my page done. This was a super fun sketch to play with. I really love the way this came together. I loved mixing all these collections together as well. So fun. If you have any questions, please make sure you drop them below. Yeah, this was, like I said, I've said it about 16 times already. This was a really fun layout to put together. I really enjoyed it. And thank you so much for choosing to spend your scrappy time with me. I shall see you in my next process video. Have a fantastic day.